Boy, do I love making music. In fact, I've been looking into writing a love song recently. But writing lyrics is just so difficult and time-consuming. If only I had an endless supply of highly intellectual literature that I could, let's say, take inspiration from. Oh my god, an almost endless supply of highly intellectual literature that I can use as inspiration for my love song. But there are so many fucking love letters. How will I know which ones to steal, be inspired by? Luckily, I am a genius, so I will just write a program. So we're gonna have to use this thing called a web scraper to get the list of love letters into a big pile that we can chop, change, and use for our lyrics. Okay, so first thing we gotta do is get the bot to log into Facebook. I don't want to do this on my own account, so we'll just make another one. This is Goblin Manuts. Get the bot to type in the username and password, and now we're all sorted. We can navigate to the Melbourne Love Letters page. So now that we're all logged in and navigated to the page, we just need to find where in the page the love letters are stored. You can see it just right there. That's him. That's the one. We just need to grab him. But we need to tell the bot exactly where to find it. The bot can't really see it like you and I. Fortunately for us, this is very simple, as the Facebook layout is quite easy to navigate. If we just think of the page as a big box, then the text we need to read is just in a box, in a box, in a box, in a box. And in that box, we find the box that stores the box in a box, in a box, in a box that holds the box that stores the box. And that box makes sure that this box is in the middle of the previous box, and in that box there lies a box, therein which lies the box that stores the box that holds the box that contains the box in which there's a box, and in that box there lies a box that stores the box that holds the text. Told you it was simple. No worries. Okay, so it's easy as that. I'll just iterate through the post using this loop, leave it running for a bit, and come back in a minute or so. And then hopefully at the end of that, we'll have a nice big collection of love letters that we can pick and choose from for our lyrics. Oh, there's an error. Okay, so it looks to me like Facebook only loads a certain number of posts at a time. And to get more, we're gonna have to scroll down. But how do we know when we need to scroll down? Okay, so when we need to scroll down, it crashes. That's useful. We can use this. So what we're gonna do is, we're gonna use a try except statement, which basically means if gonna crash, don't. So we know that if the bot is gonna crash and burn, then we need to scroll down in order to read more posts. And we can scroll down by using this little line of code here. All right, leave that running for another time. Hopefully it works swimmingly. Now that we have hundreds of love letters, how are we going to convert these into lyrics? The first issue we run into is that some of these posts run longer than Interstellar, plus the fucking COVID pandemic. So we're going to have to break these down into their individual lines. Using Python, we can just split the text using any punctuation or new line as a breakpoint. Okay, so we're pretty much done, right? Wrong! My fucking jaw clicked. What the hell was that? This song has to rhyme. At the moment, we have a bunch of lines that don't rhyme at all and generally bear zero relation to one another. Let's pretend, just for a moment, that I was as naive and foolish as you for suggesting that we were done. Let's go ahead and generate a verse out of 4 random lines right now. About to start semester 2, heartbroken. I just want you back. And the barista there was an absolute stunner. Can someone please give me mental support regarding the unfortunate timetabling of my classes? Okay, but genuinely, like, Jenny, that was pretty good. That was not bad. But we can do better. The next step is finding all of the lines in our big pile that rhyme with one another. So for every little portion of text that we have scalped from Melbourne love letters, we're gonna have to get the last word of the line, split it into its syllables, and then figure out what it rhymes with. We do that by then splitting the syllables into the fucking phoneme, using this little Python package called the Natural Language Toolkit, which is a lot more complicated than what we're gonna be using it for. Then we compare the last 2 or 3 phonemes in the word to make sure they match with another one. For example, floor and door. They clearly rhyme, but the last phoneme, or, is what makes it. Just trust me, okay? Trust me. It'll work. Alright, and lastly, we gotta split the whole line into syllables, so we know how many there are. And the check we make to determine whether 2 lines go together is if they have the same ending and the same, similar, number of syllables. And shabam, there we are. We've got a verse generator. Perfect. Let us obtain our very first verse. Shut up. Shut up. No, shut up. I do not want to hear it from you. Try again. will generate our very second verse. Okay, we can work with this. We win these. This is winnable. Alright, so now we've got one verse. Let's give it some melody and rhythm.
Justify, stretch, activate windows.
I just want my friend back. So now we've given it some melody, we got to give it some chords, some juice. We can see from these notes that it's in the key of C. It's a bit of C major, love that. So let's just try the very simple C major chord underneath these notes, see how it sounds. You know, I hate to say it, but I think it sounds a bit too happy for what we're going for. We want it to be more of a solemn affair. And did you know that in the business, the C major scale is also known as the A minor scale? They're the same notes, different roots. We'll be right. So, what I propose is that we need to start on an A minor chord for a more solemn sound. Isn't it crazy? Who would have thought? Who would have thunk it? I did. Let's give it a go. Alright, so with that in mind, I'm just going to make the rest of the chords. Now, you're going to want to take a look at this smooth move. In the business, we call this a second inversion. Oh, look at that terminal. Let's see, you're learning stuff as well. You're welcome. I forgot to record audio after this part, but I'm making more chords that make sense for the rest of it. So now for another trick of the trade. Another bit of insight. You're going to want to copy over the chords. Forget about the other stuff for now. Copy over the chords, empty document, empty little piano roll, and start from scratch. You're going to want to create a new melody to fit the chords this time. Never thought of that, did ya? This is going to help it sound cohesive and give a bit of an intro, transition, all of that jazz. Or in this case, pop. Indie pop, I think. Alright, so once that melody is done, play the melody, just sing it. Make sure it sounds normal, somewhat. Close enough. Listen, this isn't rocket surgery. You'll be fine. I just want my friend back. Oh, I'm in love with you. And after that, all that's left to do, jump back to our program, generate some more verses. See you on the flip side. Oh, you know what would be knocking farts? If we made this a duet and they're like talking to each other. Okay, who would do it? Who would I do it with? Oh, fuck. I'll get back to you on this one. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I've got great news. I have figured out a way to do a duet without having to talk to any women. Just gonna go up the octave. Just gonna pitch it up an octave. See how that sounds. Hopefully womanly and supple and soft and sweet and all those good things. Ooh, that's not really gonna work. I sound like a 12-year-old that's been kicked in the nuts by Mark Wahlberg, you know, like a big one, a big go. Looks like it's falsetto and auto-tune for me. And I will DM you. I told you that I might have loved you. Alright, we're coming towards the end of it. It's coming together quite nicely. So, you know how you sang the first part, right? You sang it, you did a good job. Great job. Sing it again. Sing it again. Stacking the vocals will give this nice little effect that you and your mates are singing it, but they're not because you've got none. That was rude. I bet you've got a couple. I just want my friend back. Oh, you know what I'm thinking?
You know what I'm thinking?
This song, it's absolutely gagging for some guitar. You know, big number like that. Big one of those. Are you hearing what I'm hearing? Luckily, I have one. If you don't, you're in a bit of trouble. But I don't care. I think we could make this a bit better, a bit stronger. Listen, in this song, it's about drive. It's about power. Because of this, let's just juice this bad boy up a bit. Alright, now just finish the rest of the song. And if you followed my instructions correctly, it should sound a little something like this. I just want my friend back. Oh, I'm in love with you. After completing our course, just hurry out and I will DM you.
like the following people that have helped me through the semester. All of her friends that said I should have kissed her. Now I find myself smiling at her messages to the extent that most would find excessive. I just never seem to learn my lesson with you.
That is it. That is the end of the video. I hope you had as much fun watching as I did making it, which is an easy bar to clear. Don't you dare forget to do all those good things. Liking, subscribing. Fuck it, go like my other videos while you're there. Take one for the team. Alright, toodaloo. I'll see you in the next one in like 2 years' time.